Becky, and I would like to make a really quick necklace using some of these beads from the latest Jesse James Beads Magical Mystery Bead box. This was the welcome or greetings from the Overlook Hotel box. It's the one that was based on The Shining. And it has some really, really cool stuff in it. So I wanted to just grab a couple of these beads, pull them out of here, and just make a real quick necklace. Let's have something fun and easy, and I'm just gonna do like black and red, but you know, there's a lot of different ways that you can put these bits of beads and links and things together besides just black and red. So you've got like all these really romantic colors here. You've got some more vibrant or cooler tones too. It's a good box. It's got a lot of variety in it. And I think there's just, I think it's one of the better ones out there as far as like being able to put things together based on what's in this box, because it's not like overtly Halloween themed. Yeah, it was themed after a horror movie, but like the horror movie itself wasn't Halloween themed, and like the setting there was just gorgeous for like set dressing and cinematography. So basing it on the box on that gives us like such a really great variety and palette of colors. So what you make doesn't even necessarily have to be Halloween themed. All right, I got all of those out of there. Nice. All right. Oh, no, I want some of these too. Yeah, I think that'll do. That'll do. All right. So I was just pulling things out there real quick while I was talking about this. We've got these spacer beads with like the fluting on it. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 of those. I grabbed one of the large round coin-shaped black beads. There's 2 of those in the box, but I grabbed both of them out of here. And then I grabbed some of these like elongated hex beads. I don't know what actual shape that is. They're the red flavor. And some of the smaller black ones. We've got the Art Deco chain. And some of these links, and I think I'm going to stick with maybe the smaller links. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's the way we're going to do it. And I am just going to snip off a couple of links from this chain before I get started. I'm going to do 3 segments and 3 segments. And 4 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I want there to be a little bit of differentiation with that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. This is pretty easy to separate. All I have to do is cut this little link between each of those. I'll get those out of there. Okay, so I've got these guys. Let's go ahead and set them aside. And we've got these. Got those. There wasn't a clasp that came in that box, so I grabbed this out of my stash, and I think it actually kind of goes really nicely with this. All right, so we're going to be using those. I've got most of these all set, so let's start from the middle up and out. And I need to grab some wire, some craft wire for this. I'll be right back. Let's go with 20 gauge, gold color. And I've got some flush cutters for cutting things. I've also got my chain nose pliers, and I've got my 6-step bail making pliers for making loops. There's the end. All right, and I'm just going to make a loop, a wrapped loop along the top, and I think I'm going to go for 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th step down from smallest to largest. We'll bend it first and then wrap it around the barrel. And then we have the barrel like that. Before I do anything to it, I am just gonna give it a bit of a squish just around the rounded part with my pliers, just for work hardening. Now I can hold it. I can start bending this around. For my wrapped loop. All right. Now about the size of that plus some. Cut off down here. Turn this the right way around. I am making my focal. That is what I'm doing. Now I want this to be a simple loop. So I'm going to bend it right next to there. I'm just using my finger to kind of guesstimate how much of this I want to cut off. I'm going to cut it flush and use my smallest loop to bring this end around. And turn it into a simple loop. So now I've got my big loop up here at the top and a simple loop down here at the bottom. simple loop is going to be where I attach my chain dangles to. But first, let's make our dangles. I need a couple of head pins. Let's see, I have some over here next to my thing. So let's just grab a few of these. 2, 3, 4. Because I'm going to make a dangle out of these very long bicones, like that. Bending that over, clipping the end, and then curling this loop around to make another simple loop. And then once I've got that simple loop made, I'm going to swing it open like that and attach it to the little hole at the end of one of these links. That's going to make me a little dangle chain. Bloop. Just like that. That is too bendy. Straighten it out a little bit. Slide that on. And we are just doing a real quick necklace today because I have an appointment after I'm done with this. So I don't have a lot of time to spend on a lot of things. So I'm going to just do all of this live with you. Well, not live, but I'm going to have a lot of let's turn off the camera and work off screen for a while. Unless it gets to be too late. But I'm hoping we can do all of this all at once so you can see what a quick project this can be. Just making these dangles. I've got one more after this. And a lot of this is repetitive work. And I've got some jump rings that I'm going to be employing for a lot of this. I've got my 6mm here. I'm going to be using those. I had an accident the other day. My 5mm jump rings fell on the floor. And I am going to need to sort these out, and I'll probably be doing that this weekend. If y'all are interested, because I know sometimes you like watching sorting things. I can find it really relaxing sometimes to watch people sort things, but I could record it and just kind of speed it up and set it to some music, and we could just watch them. I like seeing order out of chaos. But if not, then I'll just do it on my own while I'm watching TV or something. Yeah, it's a little nuts. Alright, now that I have that closed, I'm going to grab some jump rings after I get this on here. actually. Do I want to attach them to one jump ring or have 4 separate jump rings? Let me think about that. Also, is this jump ring going to fit through that hole? Let's find out that first. What am I holding with that? There we go. This will work better. Don't have time to go under my desk and look for that, so we're just going to grab a second one. Okay, so these will all fit on there. You know what, let's just do them all on the same jump ring. Then I can attach the one jump ring to my loop there. We can have a little dangle beneath our very large bead. Let's get this closed. There you go. I like it already. I like it already. What a great idea you had, Becky. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, so or 5. Math. I think I'm going to use these with these exclusively, and then these guys will just be on their own. So let's make some loops. And 20 gauge, so I am not, let's make sure we're going to fit. Yes. So I am not going to do wrapped loops. I'm going to do simple loops. Let's get this flush. And just to make this go faster, I'm grabbing my round nose pliers because I prefer that for my simple loops. I'm going to go all the way around. And back towards me. Give it a little smoosh. Push this up there. And cut that right there. I'm going to set this aside and do the same thing with the next one. All the way around. And then back towards me. That gives it a nice loop-de-loop like that. Next one goes up. I'm cutting that off there. And setting it over there like a little lollipop. And this is how I make several links at a time. Bet you guys thought I was done making beaded link necklaces. No, I will never be done. Especially not when we have such a great palette to choose from on this. But yeah, I love the Art Deco vibes that we're getting in this. I love the mid-century vibes that we're getting in this. It's fantastic. All right. Just going to use my finger, kind of bend it right there like that. Give that a cut. Set it aside. I'm just going to do the same thing. It's like assembly line bead making. Or link making, I should say. Not bead making, because the beads are already made. Boop, 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 boop. See, we are just trying to be quick and easy with these. All the way in, all the way around. I'm going to do the same thing with these links. Then we will start putting this together. Just straightening it with my fingers, that's all I'm doing. I'm gonna string all of these on. It's still on the spool. It's still flush from my last cut, so I don't have to cut any more. So I've got my first loop, and then I push all of my link up here, and then estimate a little bit of this to get ready for making another loop. And then I'll do the same thing with these other three. Loop it all the way around. I am hoping that we can do some Halloween theme earrings this weekend, and because I hate when folks feel left out, and I know not everybody's into Halloween, I'd like to do a separate video that is fall seasonal themed Halloween, or not Halloween, earrings. Ones that are not explicitly Halloween, but like I've got this idea for how to wire wrap some of those pumpkin beads I got that I unboxed with y'all the other day, and I can't wait to show you because I think it's going to be really fun. I think it's going to be real fun to do. So we'll have two separate videos for earrings this weekend. Because I am having ideas with a capital I. and I think they're going to be pretty fun. We'll do some spooky jewelry, and then we'll do some not so spooky jewelry. Something that's more like warm and comforting. Like hot apple cider, cozy flannel blankets, you know, that sort of thing. Right. One more. Gonna do a little bend. Cut this guy off. And we're gonna do our last little bend, making a second loop. This can be really relaxing if you let it, you know, get into like a rhythm of it. Might have made that loop a little bit too big, but that's okay. So we're just going to go with it. Okay. Now let's get out some of these guys and start putting this together. All right. One of these, one of those. And next, the red bead and one of these Art Deco links. There it is. You know, I may be using these larger Art Deco links after all. No, maybe not. Let's see how this goes. So I'm gonna work up one side of the necklace this way. Let's get this one in here next. Then another Art Deco bead. And then another red bead. Make sure they're pointing in the same direction. And before I move on, I want to make sure that I am having the same thing on this side that I am on the other. So let's get these guys. That's right. Let's do it this way. Okay, and then we'll have these two. And I think what I'm going to do is maybe do a little bit of a layer on here. Yeah, I like this idea. Okay, sorry, I'm just having ideas. So let's go the other direction. Oh, let's finish this one first. Here I am, forgetting to do things like I always do. But yeah, I gotta go get my flu shots, so I'm gonna be doing that today instead of making more jewelry tonight. Because I would rather not have the flu. I've had it before and it was terrible. I would just rather not. It's just not something I would like to invite into my life right now. I want to make sure that that is pointing in the right way. There we go. And my dog is telling me that it's time for her to eat. Which, I mean, it's correct. It is about that time. I just thought, since she was so happily snoozing, that I'd have a chance to do this. But she woke up and she was like, well, tummy is rumbly. Time to whine about it. It's just because she doesn't speak English yet. That's why she doesn't use her words. You can't use your words if you don't have them. Okay. Now, and then if we do a little bit of this, maybe, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 links. I think 6 links will do. Let's snip off 6 links. There we go. Let's connect these together. I'm sort of making this up as I go. You may have noticed. Sometimes I don't have a plan when I open up these boxes. Sometimes I have to let plans percolate for a while and then I know what I'm doing. But with this one, I'm just going with it. Just making decisions on the fly, as you will. You are not being cooperative. There we go. That's much better. Thank you. And yeah, we're going to close that. I was like, oh, should I attach to something else? No. No, you shouldn't. Actually, no. Let's do it this way. Then, do I want to have something down there? Or do I want to have this just go like that? No. I want to have another little something, maybe. Let's get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna use up not all the chain. There's still gonna be some left. It's a very generously sized chain. But here we go. Actually, let's do this one first. I don't suppose it really matters what order you put them in or on. But since that's the most fiddly loop, it's probably better to do it while it's like that. Okay. So 3 guys. And now, what am I going to attach this to down here? Let me see what I've got. Maybe. Not another one of these. Not one of those. I'm going to pull this out. Oh, oh no. No, I don't know that I like that with that. It's not fantastic. Just a little drop. Yeah, just a very small drop. There we go. That'll do it. I have to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, all right, let's do that. Let's do that. And for this one, I think I'm going to want a wrapped loop for this one. And maybe a larger loop. So I'm going to move this down along here a little bit easier. Ugh, that was not a good drop loop. Although, to be fair, it's mostly the fault of the head pin. Trying to be really careful so I don't accidentally break any of this glass. Okay. Let's grab some of these smaller ones out of my bin of chaos. All right, and now the rest of it is just going to be more of this Art Deco chain. And then attaching the closure. Oh, that's why it's not working right. I'm using my round nose pliers instead of... It is just not as good for closing a jump ring as my regular pliers are. There we go. That's gonna dangle nicely right there. All right, let me check length. And I'm going to attach one end to of the chain. I'm going to hold it up and drape the other end of this chain around my neck and see where it meets this other side, like where the optimal place will be, and then I'll cut the link there. So holding that up where I want the necklace to hang and seeing where the chain meets this side. And it is right there, so I'm going to build in a little bit of space for my closure and do 2 links smaller than that. Go ahead and cut that right there. Let's get some of these guys out here. And now I want to find the middle of this. That is right here. I'm going to cut there too. And I'm going to attach this side to this, and then we're going to attach our closures, and then we'll be done. Super quick, super easy, super classy. And they made it easy with like all of this Art Deco stuff. It's just spectacular. All right. Hey, let go. So in case you didn't know, the magical crimpers are magnetic. Because look, it makes for some really fun times. Okay, so I've got that connected there. I've got this connected here. I have 2 ends of chain. And now for that end. All right, I hope you guys have some good plans for the weekend. It's going to be really sunny, but not hot here in Texas. So I am probably going to try and spend a little bit of that outside in the good weather. Just enjoying Texas in October, which is when it's the best time to be outside. We'll see what happens with that. I think it's been dry enough that we haven't had very many mosquitoes. So we'll see. Nope, nope, nope. And oh, come on, friend. I just want you to go through there. There we go. So there we go. We have this all connected. Closure right there. And like a lot of the work for this was done with the chain. All I had to do was make a couple of links and link them together, and then put this together with our dangles with the beaded chain and add some dangles to the end. And I love this. This is fantastic. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. in the comments. Let me know how you're planning to spend your weekend. I hope maybe you are also going to be having some good weather. One thing about this weekend is here in Austin, it is what they call ACL, which is a big old festival, and I never go to it. I've lived here for, 12 years, and I haven't gone to it because what I do that weekend, because it's 2 weekends, and the second weekend is yarn crawl. It is the best little yarn crawl in Texas, and I do it every year with my friend. We get in a car and we listen to like new wave 80s music and drive around hill country, and we get high on yarn fumes, and it's just a fantastic time. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's our ACL. So we don't go to the music festival. We go on yarn crawl. So next weekend, not this coming weekend, but next weekend, I'm going to be busy doing that. So you won't see any posts from me then. I will be gone for most of the day doing a lot of driving and singing along with the radio and pointing at handbells and saying, hey, because you always have to do that on a road trip. It's important. But that's not this coming weekend, not tomorrow, the weekend after that I'm going to be busy doing that. But this weekend, we're going to do some earrings. So I will see you then, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.